Oh, yeah, embarrassment will make you feel that way. This spirit is a very paralyzing spirit. Oh, yeah. And that's exactly what it's designed to do. Embarrassment makes you want to give up, not face the world, feel ashamed, never want to see another day, and just give up on yourself. And a lot of people are probably facing this very thing. Some people do things, they make mistakes, they don't mean it. Certain happenstances happen, and you have no control of it. Sometimes we ourselves, though, put ourselves in situations where you're reaping what you sow type of embarrassment. So, whatever that embarrassment is for you on this day, I'm here to shed some light and let you know that I got through it. You will get through the spirit of embarrassment. I remember years ago, this this young lady in Brooklyn, we had a fight. And I tell you, I fought my little heart out. But this girl was like, she looked about 9 feet tall to me, but she probably was about a good 5'10", maybe. And I was at the time probably like 4'11". So, and she was physically fit. I mean, built. And all the kids in Brooklyn had all the doors chained type thing. Because they knew, they wasn't trying to have me leave. They wanted to see the fight at 3 o'clock, the fighting match. So originally, like, I didn't even want to fight this girl. You know what I mean? But, I guess the kids, they set it up. And I didn't want to back down. I wasn't punking out. I was like, all right, it's whatever. But it's like everybody in the neighborhood told everybody. You know what I mean? So I was going for it, man. And I think that's when the Karate Kid was coming out. And I think I made a video about this particular thing about me fighting this girl, and I never forget it today. In fact, it's funny. I looked her up a couple of years ago, and I'm telling you, she looked the same, maybe even worse, in terms of her brute strength. And it was just one of those things. I fought my little heart out. I did a couple of Karate Kid moves. I thought it would win, and man, she was beating me. She was beating me real, real good. And then it's funny because you get the Snickers and snares when you went to school the next day. But of course, I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to change my zip code. I wanted to go under an assumed name. But you know what? My mother was like, you gonna go to school the very next day. And during the course of that night, I'm telling you, the thumps and the bruises, I felt like I fought probably Mike Tyson. Everything was healing. I should have been soaking in ice, but I didn't know about that back then. But I had to face the music, and I went the next day, and a couple of kids was, of course, snickering. I think one of my teachers probably was shedding a tear in the background. Felt so sorry for me. But, the girl stood up for me because she saw the heart that I had to fight her. And when somebody was snickering at me, she told them, shut up, stop making fun of Samantha, kind of thing. And I felt good, my heart, I was like, that's right, she got my back. But I thank God that I had a mother who loved me enough and was strong enough to say, you know what, you have to face this. You have to, in order to overcome, brothers and sisters, you have to realize you have to face whatever you're afraid of. You have to go back out there and face it. I'm going to give you another prime example. In Brooklyn, we used to play a game called handball, and handball was one of my favorite games. It's a little blue ball, little black ball, doesn't matter. It's like a little ball, was worth $1. And then you just pretty much play handball. You throw that ball. It's kind of like tennis, but you play with your hands, doubles or singles. And it was a hot summer day. And, we were just watching these kids play handball. And then, they was just going for it. You know what I mean? And we was cracking jokes. I was sitting with a couple of folks and just watching a game. And we was just, something was funny. Like, this guy was just cracking jokes. And I was drinking probably a lot of juice and soda, whatever. and I had to go to the bathroom. But it was so good. I was having a good time. I didn't want to go back upstairs. Long story short, the joke was so funny, and I had to go to the bathroom so much that I peed on myself. I peed my pants. Oh, man. And they had cute guys out there. They had young girls out there. They had everybody. It was like the whole neighborhood was out there at the time. Hot summer day, me in my shorts. And it was like Niagara Falls, guys. I was so embarrassed. But the thing about it is I tried to kind of, when it happened, when it was coming down, I tried to kind of like do a beeline and kind of just like bounce, like leave slowly. But then somebody's like, where's she going? Why is she leaving? And he looked at the look on my face and he kind of looked down. Oh, man. Talk about embarrassment. Talk about everybody saw it. I just went upstairs, went on the elevator. And of course, the elevator at the time in our apartment building was packed with people. I couldn't escape it, guys. I'm talking about embarrassment. Told my mom I'm never going outside again. Told my mom I'm leaving, I'm moving, whatever I said, whatever I felt. My mother got some change up, and we had eggs, we had bread in the house. She said, you better go to the store, give me some eggs and bread. I'm like, Mom, we already have eggs and bread. She said, you better get dressed, clean yourself up, and go right outside right this minute and face it. I'm like, what? I'm like, I just thought I was going to stay home for like a month and a half at least just to recover from the embarrassment. Man, she told me right then and there, you better get up, get dressed, and get out of this house and go to the store and face all of those people you just saw. Now, imagine, young kid, imagine me going through that. But I look at it now, it was the most genius, smart, intelligent. If I would have stayed inside. See, what the devil wants to do to you, brothers and sisters, is torment your mind with fear and paralyze you to the fact that your emotional state is now tampered with, to the fact that you're literally ready to kill. Don't you, listen, you don't think that a lot of people out there are so embarrassed with being disrespected, laughed at, booed at, and I'm talking about that too in a second, that they're literally ready to commit suicide? Listen, this spirit of embarrassment is no joke. And if you don't deal with it and learn to roll with the punches and learn to have that thick skin and keep going. You see, human beings, we were not made to be praised and worshiped and glorified anyway. Man tries to do that to us. So if we realize that our righteousness is but filthy rags, if we realize that we ain't all of that in a bag of chips after all, things in our lives will be in perspective. We will learn to laugh at our own selves. We will learn to realize that we are not as perfect as we want the world to perceive us as. Now, let me move on to the next story. I think that what messed me up that night was just a little bit too much pride and arrogance. And when you have pride and arrogance and you think you really all of that in a bag of chips, God will show you who you are. At the time in New York, the management team, I guess, if you want to say, that was working with me, wanted me to do different things, clubs, shows. And they said, you know what, Samantha, go to the Apollo Theater. Oh, yeah, Apollo. Anybody in Harlem? Anybody from Harlem? So, I said, the Apollo Theater. I mean, I was so arrogant. I was looking at the Apollo because it's amateur night. You know what I mean? Amateur night. So I'm thinking, listen, I'm above this. I'm like, the Apollo. In my mind, I'm like, listen, I did The Wiz. I did Dorothy and PS288. I was the woman. Listen, I was like Diana Ross. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I was just thinking I was really all that. I was like floating, like Entourage, and couple of people knew me, but not that many people. But I, like, in my mind, my head, it's amazing how you could just like make your whole dream in a bubble. You could be in your own bubble and not a lot of people know about it. Listen, but you. So so they told me to do the Apollo, guys. And I said, all right, charity work. I guess I'll do the Apollo, I'll just make a couple of people happy that night. So what happened was, hear me, I'm backstage and I'm checking out the talent, right? They put us backstage and they got a couple of people that are rehearsing, Some of them sound good, some of them sound not that good. So they said, all right, Samantha, warm up a little bit. You got this. This is nothing. I said, of course. I said, come on, is it Apollo? Come on, this is me. So, it's my turn. And, I just thought I was going to kill it, y'all. The crowd was raw. When I say in raw form, I got up there. I thought I was all that. Took the mic, grabbed the mic. And it was like my voice betrayed me. My voice went in a different direction. When I hit the notes betrayed me, and the crowd did too. And all I heard was boo. I'm talking about an ego crusher. I'm talking about me. I was so embarrassed that, I wanted a do-over that same night. And they're like, no, you got to go. That guy came with the cane. Man, I was in Harlem, y'all. And that crowd ain't no joke. You better make sure that first note that comes out is killer. And for me, arrogance, I'm telling you, it kicked me in the butt. So, what did I do? I had to regroup. And God had to teach me that I wasn't all of that I thought I was. So yes, your sister has experienced many more that I don't think I want to tell you guys, but many more embarrassing moments. I'm just going to give you 3. I'm going to let you bask and laugh with those 3. But I want you, though, to realize that we all in life have choices to make. Listen, you may have a business deal that went wrong. You may have an email that you thought you pressed delete and sent it to your manager. Now you feel embarrassed about it. I don't know what your situation is, but you may have a company party that's coming up. Listen, a lot of people have company parties this time of the month, and they get a little bit too twisted, and now they're on video looking and feeling embarrassed the next time they go to work. Listen, what am I saying? I'm saying that sometimes in life, things happen for a reason. And it's up to us to humble ourselves afterwards and begin again wiser. Not let that spirit of embarrassment to paralyze us, but actually to propel us to begin again wiser. Oh yeah. See, embarrassment is what you make it. Either you can laugh at yourself and keep it going, or you can let that spirit get the best of you and torment you to the fact that you're literally ready to kill yourself. So, take my advice. You will get through whatever you're going through right now, whatever spirit of shame or embarrassment that's trying to knock on your door. Just let them know that this too shall pass, and I will be victorious in Christ.